Hi, and welcome back to Hook Eat Up. Now this recipe takes me back to my childhood because it's something that I thought that I invented. It was more or less a breakfast dish where you took a slice of bread, cut out the middle, fried an egg right through the middle, and then you ate it that way. Instead of having an egg sandwich, you had it all in one. Later, I came to find out that this recipe already existed. It was called a toad in a hole. So for today's recipe, we're going to be making a toad in a hole a little more grown up, and it's going to be perfect for any breakfast or brunch, or even a recipe that you can try with one of your kids. Let's get into it. So to make this recipe, you're going to need the following ingredients. You're going to need about half a loaf of Italian bread, 2 slices of ham, 1 tomato, 1 ripe Hass avocado, 1 onion, I'm using a red onion just to add a little bit of color to the dish, a stick of butter, 2 large eggs, and about 1/4 cup of shredded cheese. I'm using shredded cheddar cheese. That's a combination of white and yellow cheddar, but you can use whatever cheese you want. Now the first thing I'm going to get started on is the side that I'll be having with this dish. It's more or less just an avocado and tomato salad. First thing I'm going to do is just cut into this avocado, dice that up. Seed out. Cut this into cubes, nice large chunks. And then right into this bowl here. Next in is this tomato. I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to pare it down into about 6 slices per half. Directly in. Next is this red onion. Just cutting it in half. And then cutting a wheel out of this and dicing up that wheel. I'll take about half of the wheel mix and then right in. Hit it with a little bit of pepper, some salt, some olive oil, and just a little drizzle of balsamic vinegar. Now I added the balsamic vinegar to give it a little bit of acidity. You can use lime, lemon, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, but you do want to add just a little bit of acidity to this salad. Now that I have all my ingredients for the salad in a bowl, I'm going to give it a quick stir and set it off in the fridge. So next up is to prepare the bread and make the toad in a hole. So you want to get about a 3/4 to 1 inch thick slice of bread on a diagonal. Something like that. And the very next thing that you want to do is punch out the center of this bread. Enough for a full egg to fit in there. So I'm just going to squeeze it down first. And then I'm just going to punch out the compressed bread filling. Set that off to the side. Now that our bread is prepped, it's time to get going on the stove, and we're going to make our toad in a hole. So I'm going to grab my large, skillet, saucepan. I don't even know what this dish is called. If anybody does know, please let me know what kind of pot this is, but I'm calling it the skillet hybrid for now. Get that on the stove. I'm going to put that on high heat, a touch of olive oil in the pan, and then a tablespoon of butter just to coat the bottom of the pan. So I've added a tablespoon of butter and some olive oil, and I'm going to heat that up until the mixture starts to smoke just a bit. So as I'm preparing this dish, I'm also heating up my broiler because I'm going to finish the dish off in the broiler, and you want your broiler to be piping hot so it can give the cheese a nice crust. So as the oil and butter mixture heats up, it's going to start to brown, and I'm starting to see some smoke. So I'm going to drop the 2 pieces of bread right in. It'll sizzle just a bit, and you want the bread to soak up that butter and oil. Next, we're going to crack the eggs right into the center here. And as you can see, based on the cutout, the eggs fill up the center of that hole perfectly. Now you're going to cook it to whatever your preferred doneness is, but since it's sort of thick, you want to make sure that you cook it a little longer. I'm going to give this a nice check. And then we're going to flip it here. You're going to want to flip that quickly, well, quicker than that so you don't make a mess. And we're going to try to do this next one here. Pick it up and give it a nice, pick it up and a nice quick flip. Now that it's cooking on the other side, I'm just going to put the ham on top so that can heat up a bit. I'm going to lower the heat some, and I'm going to sprinkle this with some cheese. Just to get it started. Since the ham and cheese are fairly cold, I decided to put them on there first as we're cooking the other side, so that when I put it into the broiler, it's going to heat up quickly. Now I'm going to let this cook down for about 2 minutes on low heat, just so we cook the egg on through. So now that that's cooked for about 2 minutes on the bottom side, I'm going to pop it into the broiler just to get the top all gooey. So now that we hit that with the broiler, it's time to get it plated. Now plating this is going to be rather simple. First thing, I'm just going to get one of these down, right onto the plate. And then just take your salad, set it off to the side. Make sure you have a nice mix of all the ingredients. And there you have it, your grown-up toad in a hole. Now, if you're like me and you thought you were the inventor of this dish, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for joining me at Hook It Up. Take care.